Hey, welcome. So I want to revisit the Acer Chromebook R13. So I've used this Chromebook for over 4 months now, and I wanted to do a revisiting of this particular laptop after 4 months of use. I want to give you all the details, all the nitty gritty of what I have found with this laptop. Did an initial review before, just a quick little overview of the laptop, and now that I've gone through it, I want to just address some of the benefits and issues with this Chromebook. As far as a budget Chromebook is concerned, I believe that this is the number one budget Chromebook. It gives you this hybrid mode. I absolutely love the tablet option. It just makes the touch input makes everything much quicker. So then you can navigate and go through different menus on your touch screen. The Hinge, I've seen people complain about the Hinge being an issue. I don't have that issue. I find that the Hinge is actually quite sturdy. I mean, it might be flimsy, but I mean, if you're throwing it around, then obviously it's going to break. It's plastic, so it's not really something you should be throwing around. But you know what? If you take care of your laptop, you shouldn't have any issues with it. But a plastic hinge is obviously not the strongest. I have not had any issues with it. Once again, it hasn't just broken on me. The keyboard, I actually enjoy the keyboard. It's got a nice travel to it. I do find that my fingers can kind of they kind of hurt after, typing on the laptop all day because I use this as my only laptop for business. So I do everything on here. And I think with the key travel, it's fine, but maybe the keys themselves, maybe it's the texture, I don't know. Um, be careful getting the bilingual. I live in Canada and I have the bilingual keyboard. I do not like the fact that my shift key on the right is quite small and tiny. And you'll see a photo here of that normal shift key. That's the kind of one that you want. So make sure when you're buying that you get a shift key that does not have this narrow feel to it, because you'll find that you'll be hitting the wrong keys. But if you live in the US, you should be fine. And it's as far as the touchpad itself, so the mouse pad, this is the one area that is actually kind of flimsy. It's not, there it is here. This touchpad, it now makes noises after 4 months of use. So I don't know why that is, but it does make some noise. So that's something to consider. It makes a little weird, I don't know if you can actually hear it on here, but it seems like, again, it's a plasticky feel. It's not like a glass touchpad. But hey, this is what you get with a budget laptop. What do you expect? Does it annoy me? Kind of, yes. I'm pretty finicky with touchpads, and initially I found that the touchpad was fantastic, no issues at all. I highly recommended the touchpad, but I think after use, it seems like it would be something that could break down. So that would be something to consider. As far as a laptop is concerned, like, this works wonders. Chromebooks themselves are just fantastic technologies. It's crazy to think that, um, you know, Chromebooks can't be used for business. They absolutely can. If you're in the Google Cloud atmosphere, then this is like the laptop for you. And especially if you're a small business, you're getting started, you can do quite a lot with this laptop. So I highly recommend it. I'm a freelance marketer and I use this for all of my work. Like, I do marketing strategy on here and there's no hiccups. Processor is, more than adequate because the computer doesn't take that many resources. Chrome OS is fantastic. It's very light, so it doesn't require that much effort. Mine has 4 gigabytes of RAM, which again makes things speedy. I mean, no issues as far as slowing down. I can have 20 tabs open, no issues. And then I've got 64 gigs of storage. So we talk about offline. So I can have a bunch of files offline, okay? this is not one of those computers that you need an internet connection for. It has a file system. It's very simple. And I don't like this idea of people saying, hey, this is an online only computer. If you don't have an internet connection, it's useless. That's not true. You can download your Google Docs, your sheets, your slides. You can have all that offline. You can edit them offline. And then when you hit an internet connection, they will update when you go there next. It's no different from any cloud computing approach. We're moving to cloud computing, so expect to be working online more often. And I don't see the cloud as being an issue. Never have. It connects to Wi-Fi hotspots just as quickly as my MacBook did. So no issues there. If you're comparing this to like MacBook Air, I would choose this in a heartbeat. There's literally no comparison because you're talking about a $600 difference, depending on what kind of sales you can get and whatnot. So that is quite a big difference. And the laptop that you get in this, I mean, you get a touch screen and it's actually just very intuitive and very simple. If you're looking to get more out of a laptop, you need software. I don't know why you would unless you're doing video editing, but then you're talking about a completely different computer and not a MacBook Air necessarily, maybe something more powerful than that. You know, most people who have a MacBook Air have an overpowered machine for what they're using it for. It's not even used for, anything more than web browsing and iTunes. So if you're locked in the Apple atmosphere, I could see you using it. Again, this is a fantastic laptop, despite the, maybe potential Hinge issues and mouse pad noise. This is just a fantastic budget Chromebook. If you're looking to get a Chromebook, this would be the one to get. I would also recommend checking out the Asus C302CA because that one is very similar in terms of build. It has very similar ports and structure and whatnot, but a little bit higher quality. And it's a little bit more lightweight as well. I don't find the weight to be an issue with this though. You're looking at about 3.2 pounds. So that's pretty light for a 13.3-inch laptop. Screen is fantastic. I don't find any issues with the brightness. It's great. And, you've got 1080p screen here. So the resolution is more than fine. One other issue you'll find is that the sound is not as good as it could be. If you're watching movies, it could get louder, I think. YouTube is fantastic on this, no issues. Loading has not been an issue. Streaming has not been an issue. It's really just the noise, the volume could be better. I think, you might want to have a Bluetooth speaker. It connects to my Bluetooth speaker, no problems. So if you're looking to connect a Bluetooth speaker, you'll have no issues there. This key in the top right corner, that little lock key, sometimes you might hit that when you're doing the backspace, and that it doesn't actually do anything unless you hold the lock key, but it does kind of like do a little flashy thing. So that kind of can aggravate some. But overall, I'm sick, but I have to power through this. Overall, this is a fantastic laptop, and I highly recommend it. And I would totally go for it. Google's going to be releasing a new Chromebook in a couple days. It'll be interesting to see what they come out with, but that's going to be a higher price point for sure. So that's another thing to consider. Anyway, I hope this was valuable for you, and definitely I would consider buying it.